Hey, what's up, boys? Back with another vlog. Just kind of a different vlog I wasn't planning on doing, but the daily took a shit, so we were getting a new daily. So I guess we're gonna sell this daily and go on from there. So this is already halfway through the process, but I've already test drove a few vehicles. Didn't really like a couple. I did like another one, but it ended up being I don't know, just had like a motor with a lot of complicated problems, so I didn't really want to deal with it. So as we can see, we've got the E30 right here because I've already started this video. But yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and get a new daily. So do that, and then we're gonna talk about upcoming projects for the E30 build, because it's having some issues with the motor, so it's getting a whole new revamp, I guess, whatever, next year. So this is basically just going to be covering that, and then once I get the thing paid off, I'll show you guys everything that I got, and then we'll go from there, and we'll just be building the motor throughout the year, because a lot of stuff is happening next year. So but yeah, so on to the next clip. Alright, so I just wanted to do a little walk around of the car before I sold it today, since I've had the car for 5 years. E30 is over there. So I've had to daily the E30, like I said in the intro. But yeah, I got a guy coming to buy it. I drove the E30 down Sunday to meet up with Bobby, and then go ahead and put down the money on my stroker motor and get some parts. And then Monday I went to drive this to the bank to cash my check from Friday, and the transmission's been acting really goofy for like the past 2 months. But it started to slip on the way home, like it was just like going up in the rev range. So the torque converter ended up going out, and I really just don't feel like spending the money to fix the car, because sooner than later it's going to need like timing belt and some other random parts. Plus it's got random rust on it I don't really feel like dealing with. Like it's got rust here on the windshield, which is problematic because of the water intake. Let's see if we can focus on the wrong thing here. But yeah, it's got rust there, it's got rust there. It's honestly a super solid car. Like there's no rust underneath of it, it's just like body rust, like right here on the fender. But like I said, I've had the car for 5 years, and it's been fairly good to me. I've only had to do like a handful of things, but basically this year I've just put a lot of stuff into it. Like I just had to put all of the whole front end on it. It has all new brakes all around, all new shocks, like everything on the front end is brand new, even the half shafts. So yeah, just been doing all that, and then the car takes a shit and I just don't really feel like messing with it. So this video is just basically going to be me getting a new daily. I've already looked at 3 different cars. I got one more lead on a final car that I would like, that's in Indianapolis, but I'm going to call them today and get some ideas. But I just kind of wanted to document this just for myself, just so I could look back on it or whatever, because that's like the main reason I do YouTube videos. But yeah, spent a lot of time in this car, and I put, let's see, I had 137 on it, it's got 179, so I put that many miles on it since I've had the car, and just had a lot of different experiences in this car. So everything's been pretty decent with it. It's just time to let her go. And like I said, the dude's gonna buy it today. Hopefully he buys it for the 850. All he has to do is throw a new torque converter in it, and then he basically has a good car to go. It's got really great heat, it's got good AC, but I'm just looking for something newer because like I said, I'm just looking for something different. So I'm tired of driving all these shit boxes all the time, and I'm gonna go ahead and get me a car payment, I guess, and use that towards building some more credit, because like I said, I'm buying a house here soon, so that'll be sometime next year. But overall, car's been pretty good, and hopefully the new owner fixes it and has a good time with it. So just a little quick walk around video of it before it gets sold today. And not to mention brand new tires. When I bought the Epsilons, I had these tires on it that were brand new. They're like $700 tires, so those were just put on. They only got like, I don't know, 3,000 or 4,000 miles on it. It's just kind of annoying that the car went out and it's just took a shit and it's kind of fucked me over. So just been driving the daily, or been driving the E30 daily for this week, and it's been pretty decent weather. It is fall time. Broke my fucking lip yesterday coming off the boards out of the driveway, so now I gotta drift stitch that. But yeah, we are going to be putting the Epsilons on and just running them for like a couple weeks before I put the car in storage. But other than that, it's okay. We're just gonna go ahead, let this car go by. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and fucking drive this until I get a new car, which is probably gonna be Monday. But after we get the car back, I'll kind of discuss what we're doing with the E30 for next year and kind of give you an update on the stroker motor. But just want to do a little walk around of the Lexus before I got rid of it. So, as you've seen, or as you see now, there's no Lexus out there, so she's gone. They just got here from Niles, Michigan and picked it up. Took basically $100 less than what I was asking, but anything over scrap price, which was basically obviously like $150 or $200, is a profit to me, because you know it is what it is. But in the process of going and getting my check, now the stupid fucking E30 filter oil, or the fuel filter, I started smelling fuel, and there's a fucking pinhole in the line. So now I gotta get a new line and a new fuel filter, because obviously it's fucked. So it's another thing to put in the vlog, I guess. So it's whatever. So yeah, I gotta go pick up something for a customer and then go ahead and swap the fuel filter out. And yeah, I guess we'll be going to look at the daily, or the possible new daily, tomorrow or Monday. And if we do end up picking it up, then I'll show you guys what it is and explain why I went with it. And this is gonna be the newest car I have. The one that I'm looking at tomorrow is a 2012, so that's the newest vehicle I've ever had. The Lexus was a 2000, but it was super clean when I got it. It had 137,000 on it, and I sold it right now with 179 before the torque converter slash transmission went out. So yeah, I'm gonna go get me a fuel filter and then some fuel line, and yeah, I guess we'll fix this, get the car back on the ground after I get back. Alright boys, so as you can see, we've got the E30 back here. We're just going to go ahead and talk about the stroker and what that's going to entail in this car. Just got back from driving the daily, had to drive to Indianapolis, so just got back here. It's been a little bit longer day, so it's about 9:30 right now. But like I said, we're just going to talk about the stroker since the car's back here. Got the new wheels on, as you can see. But yeah, that's going to be another video. I'm not sure if that's going to be before this or after, because I still have to take photos. But just got the car back, so we're going to talk about the stroker, and then I'm either going to be doing the review for the car after this or before. I'm not really sure. It depends how it comes out in editing and how I want to do it. But as you see, the M20 back here is the original motor in the car. The car's got what I assume to have 275,000. It's about 276 now. But back in 2014 or 2012, somewhere around there, my odometer stopped working, so I dailied it from 12 to I think about 17 or 16. It's probably about another 4 years after that, and I dailied it for that long, and then I just kind of calculated in my head what I drove for those years, and then that's why I put it to, because it stopped at like 245,000. So I figured about 30,000 miles I put on it since then, so I just put it at 276. But the motor could have more miles on it, and it's starting to, well, like I said, when the timing belt broke in 2012, it got a new head on it. It was rebuilt, but now the valve stem seals are leaking, so it does leak oil, and it's burning oil. So that's what it's doing. It's consuming a lot of oil right now, like a lot of oil. That's why it smokes so much. And I'm pretty sure the piston rings are starting to burn oil as well now. It's starting to get, there's some kind of like tapping noise. I might throw like an audio clip or whatever where the car's started and shit, like during this part or whatever. But yeah, basically it's making noise, and it just sounds like maybe it's starting to get rod knock. So I was planning on originally redoing this motor itself and putting the stroker together like that. But my friend Bobby has given me a really good deal on the stroker deal for the car itself. So this is going to save me thousands of dollars this way to do it, instead of taking this motor out and then getting the head ported and polished and all that stuff. So just a quick rundown on the stroker before I get it, because I've only put a down payment on the motor. I haven't paid for all of it yet. And obviously the new daily kind of set me back because I had to take out money, about $1,800 for like a down payment, so I can try to make the payments lower. But as far as the car, we're going to be doing a 2.9 stroker. So the top end, the head has already been fully rebuilt. It has new valves, new everything, HD rockers, and it's been ported and polished like super, I don't know, super good. So like the flow and how smooth it is definitely going to be what's going to make the power in the stroker build, because to make an M20 make power, you have to have obviously the flow come from the head, because that's where all the power comes from. So yeah, but we're going to be doing a 2.9 stroker, like I said. We're going to do a 284 280 cam from Island Engineering, which will be the first thing that I buy when it comes to doing this after I pay it off. Because I want to get the head done completely first, since it's already the closest thing to get done. Then the bottom end already has the M20 or the M50 B28 crank in it. It's already got new rods, and it's already got pistons in it, but they're really high compression and they're stock bore, so they're like 14-to-1 compression, which is too much for a street car for me. Maybe if I was like racing the car or whatever, but we're gonna go ahead and get those taken out, use the same rods. We're gonna go to, obviously we're gonna get it bored to 85 mil so we can run the 2.9 stroker pistons from Island Engineering. And then that's gonna be pretty much the motor. Then obviously I'll just get all the rest of the stuff like the timing belt and water pump and all that stuff, and paint the motor and all that good stuff. Also at the same time, we are going to be shaving the engine bay. So the engine bay will be shaved, obviously. We are also going to get rid of the stock airbox, and we're gonna go full ITB setup with a standalone. So basically we're gonna be doing mega squirt, bigger injectors, of course, because of the stroker, 2.9 stroker and ITBs. So this process is going to happen throughout like 2023, and get ready to do the process at the end of the year. So hopefully the motor keeps up at least for the next season, but I probably won't drive it too much, honestly, because the motor is already pretty bad, and I've already had to daily it for like a week and a half, kind of driving it everywhere. And of course I love driving the car, but I don't want to have the motor blow up or blow out completely, so I can't even drive the car or do anything with it if I have to move it. Especially since we're moving houses, I don't feel like towing the car and doing all that crap, because it's still got to get a bunch of work done to it, new fenders, body work. But we're going to be doing all kinds of stuff for the next year when it comes to the car. But yeah, obviously I already have the headers. That's like the main thing that I wanted before the stroker. So I got the Racing Dynamics replica headers. So those are obviously going to help us a lot with the flow, and I'm probably going to take those out, and since they're raw right now, I'm probably going to get them done in Cerakote, the Cerakote chrome or whatever, so it looks decent in the engine bay. And then we're just going to be doing a lot of spiffying up, like I said, shaving the bay, wire tuck, not too crazy with the wire tuck, but do all that. So the engine bay is going to be like the I don't know, like the chandelier, I guess, or like the centerpiece of the build, because that's going to be like the most amount of detail. So I just wanted to kind of go over the stroker plans before I got the stroker. And then here within like I'll probably say like probably one of the first episodes of the year, like in January, I should have the stroker stuff paid off by then. Then I'll show you guys everything, and then we'll go into to it further of what's the plans for like everything. And basically I've already talked about it, but we're just gonna go over the whole build breakdown in that episode. So this is kind of just like a precursor to tell you guys what's gonna go on. So that's either gonna be the end of this episode, or it's gonna be checking out the daily. I'll probably just do this before the daily and then shoot the clips of the daily tomorrow after work, and hopefully it comes out. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of go over the stroker stuff. So all this is going to be changing. It's going to be getting a new valve cover. It's going to be getting just a bunch of different stuff that I've always wanted to do, because this, like I said, this is the dream build. So I wanted to make sure I'm going to do this all the way and do it correctly. So that's why I'm shaving the bay and doing all that stuff. So yeah, I guess on to the next clip of Seeing the Daily. Alright boys, so hopefully it's not too windy out here with the wind noise, but here she is. This is a new daily, and I've never thought I would own a Volkswagen, and I don't really like Volkswagens, to be honest with you. But for some reason, I've always liked the CCs, and that's what this is, a 2012 Volkswagen CC. Really low miles for the age. Just give you a quick little walk around since we just did like the little cinematic clips. Just so I could test out some stuff, but it's getting kind of dark out. But yeah, anyways, this is a 2012 Volkswagen CC Sport. Has 45,000 miles on it, which is super low, obviously, for a 2012. It's had 3 owners. The first owner had it for like 6 months, sold it. Then the second owner had it for I think 2 years, and then the last owner had it for 8 years and 6 months or something like that. But it's always been well kept with maintenance, and everything's been like documented, so that was the main reason I went with this. I did test drive a handful of cars before this one, like we did just a bunch of different cars, and I test drove one of these that made me want it in Huntington, but it was kind of just had like a bunch of paint defects and a bunch of just stupid problems I didn't feel like dealing with. And as you can see, this car is pretty immaculate when it comes to the paint. It's in really good condition. I'll tell you guys a little bit why I wanted to choose this car, but let's just do some walk around action. But yeah, super clean, never been in any wrecks. I don't know why it's not focusing, but I've always loved the styling of the CC. But I've always loved the CC styling. It's always like a bigger car. This is the year before the facelift. 2013 was the facelift for it. But I've always liked these when it comes to like just in general slam cars, because that is one of the main reasons I bought the cars, because they look really sick slammed, which I know it's not what I'm supposed to be thinking about when it comes to having a daily, but that's definitely one of the things that sold me on it. Cool little feature it has. Since it has pillarless windows like the Lexus did, when you go ahead and open it, it drops the window down. So we'll see if we can get a focus. So you can see as the window goes down, so you can clear the trim. And that's what she does. So that was a pretty cool little feature. The next thing that sold me on the car is the interior, because the interior on this is pretty much brand new, immaculate, no problems with the interior whatsoever. But yeah, let's try to take you inside with a little bit of ambient lighting in here. All right, hopefully it should be enough light. But as you can see, I really like the styling of the seats, as you've seen from the video. They're almost like Recaros almost, but I really like the styling when it comes to this over a lot of the other cars that were in my price range, which was about anywhere between 8 to 15,000. And just all the cars that were in my price range were just crap, which I did not want, or they had over 150,000 miles on them, or like 120,000. I did put a down payment on a 2015 Chrysler 200S, which I did like, but this car is a little bit bigger, and I just prefer this car over the 200. But like I said, the seats are mint, no problem with any of the seats. Door panels are mint, door panels. The steering wheel is all good. A good thing about this car, which I know isn't a popular thing or whatever anymore, but it does have a six disc CD changer inside of that radio. So I'm going to get rid of that head unit and do a different one here, probably next year sometime. But for right now, it's doing the trick, and I'm just listening to CDs. So, but yeah, let's see. You can't see the color. Obviously, I might throw a clip in Here's the back seat full of all the camera stuff, but a decent amount of space for just me. Really clean. This is a black metallic. Has like some blue and some gray flakes in the metallic, which I always thought was pretty dope. It's got 17-inch wheels, which I do want to upgrade to 18s. I'm trying not to lower or anything, you know, anytime soon, because I want to try to keep it stock, because it is really comfortable and smooth with the power. It's got the 2.0 turbo, but I have thought about getting an intake. Just you know, kind of little things. I do want to do a handful of things to the car overall. I want to get a front lip, an intake, like I said, and just a handful of things. But I really do like this car, and I think it'll make a nice car. But like I said, let's see, 45,984 miles, so really low miles, honestly, especially for 2012. And it's just been really good condition, and over all the cars that I had to choose, I didn't really like any of them except for this one. So, but yeah, it's all black. All the accident lighting is red, which I do really like. Hopefully this isn't too dark in the clip. But yeah, just wanted to go ahead and give this little walk around of the car after I did the cinematic clips, because I just wanted to test out using the gimbal again, because I don't really have too much time. But that's pretty much the end of the little walk around. It's got heated seats. It's a 6-speed. It's got the DSG transmission in it, so of course that is so you can shift faster. It's like 1 millisecond. It's got sport mode. It's got sport mode. It's got manual mode, obviously, with the automatic manual. And these do look really fire. There's another thing that sold me on the car is the Euro clock, which is obviously E30-esque. So that's definitely one of the things that sold me on the car, even though it's nothing too crazy. But I just wanted to kind of go over what made me buy this car over other cars. But yeah, on to the next clip of the last part of the E30 stuff, talking about the stroker. And that's pretty much it for this vlog. So alright boys, so that's the end of the episode. Just wanted to cover the new daily, and kind of just like I said in the video, just wanted to kind of go over not having the other daily, just so I could look back on it. But got the E30 back here with the other wheels, which you don't need to see, but check out that episode. I got to film the cinematic for the wheels being on for that, and then that video will be done finally, even though they're only going to be on for like this month and then taken off. But yeah, the daily's out here. I'm actually really enjoying driving the car, to be honest. So obviously it's out of focus, but I've actually really liked driving the car, messing with the CD player, because I do collect metal CDs. If you guys don't like, obviously watch my other content on the channel, but I do collect CDs, so I do like using CDs once in a while, even though I do obviously use the Bluetooth. But it's just a really nice car. It's really smooth. The power's smooth. It's nice to actually have a car that's reliable, and I think it's just enough for what I need. I try to keep it clean as much as I can. I do have to go ahead and do the paint correction on it, because it's kind of just has a bunch of contaminants on the paint, and like I said, you really can't see the color too much because the camera is not focusing. But yeah, that is going to be another video. I'm probably going to do one for the channel, so let me know if you guys want to see any like content on the CC, if you guys are Volkswagen people or whatever, because I do want to do a handful of things, like I said. But the first thing I'm going to be doing is, since the interior is really clean and nothing wrong with it, I'm going to do a full detail on the exterior, just to get some practice in, and obviously make the paint look better and do some protection. And then do the engine bay as well, because I'm going to be doing some power upgrades, or just little upgrades in the engine bay, like the intake setup and all that good stuff. So that'll just be future content, but not really too much on the daily. And then like I said, maybe once I pay it off in like a year or two or whatever, then I'll go ahead and get a different daily and then bag it, and then that can be like a really nice looking car for like a show, for like you know, VIP type of build or whatever. But just really like the car. So thanks for watching the video. I'm not sure how long it's going to be. It's probably a little bit longer than normal, or about 20 minutes like most of my videos are. But yeah, next video up is these Epsilons being mounted on the car, which did come out fire. So hopefully the clips come out nice, because it was only like this week for being nice weather, and then it's going back down to like the 50s and 40s, and you know, getting towards that winter stage. So E30 is going to be going away as well. But a couple more videos coming out for that. So yeah, follow me on Instagram for updates, and thanks for watching the video. Peace.